Chapter 5, Wednesday, July 12, 1100 hours. Lissa hit the water first, a cannonball that sent a splash all the way back to Captain Cascaden in the cockpit. It's warm, she shrieked, amazed. Will was next, climbing carefully down the boat's swim ladder. He submerged and bobbed like a cork. It is warm. It's great. Luke jumped in and paddled around happily. It felt good to be cool and clean. Hey, Ian, called Will. Come get your feet wet. The younger boy averted his eyes. I don't think so. Come on, you'll love it, Lissa promised. But Ian had disappeared down the companionway to the sleeping quarters. Luke shook his head. Poor kid. He forgot to download his personality before they made him ship his computer home. I wonder why he got sent here, mused Lissa. He probably wouldn't mind his own business, just like you, snickered Will. Shut up. Carla stood poised on the gunwale. She was perched only on the tips of her toes, but she didn't move a muscle, even with the gentle rocking of the boat. Gracefully, she sailed off the side in a perfect jackknife, hitting the water with barely a splash. The other swimmers, and even Captain Cascaden, burst into cheers and applause. Carla broke the surface, took a few smooth, powerful strokes, then flipped effortlessly to float on her back. She had always been comfortable in the water, but it was more than that. Swimming somehow seemed to relieve her pressures and tensions, and she had quite a few. You're a fish, cried Will. She shrugged modestly. I'm on the swim team at school. And the diving team? Asked Luke. She nodded shyly. But you were talking about track and field before, put in Lissa. Only the 100 meters and the hurdles, said Carla, embarrassed by the attention. I like gymnastics better anyway. She felt a twinge of unease. Why was she talking so much? These people didn't need to know her private business. Man, what are you doing here? Exclaimed Luke. You're the perfect kid. What? Your parents signed you up because you're too good? Maybe you can take rotten lessons from Ratface. Carla's smile disappeared. I'm not so good. In 2 textbook strokes, she was at the ladder and clambering back on board. Luke was mystified. What'd I say? Don't worry, Luke, said Will. You can accuse me of being good. I can take it. Lissa splashed him in the face. There are a lot of words that describe you. Good isn't one of them. Carla glared down at them from the gunwale. Rich kids always acted like they knew everything. What did they have to worry about, besides deciding what mall to shop at? The other athletes she knew, the ones whose dads weren't working 3 jobs, could enjoy their sports. It wasn't their ticket. It's your ticket out, Carla. It's your ticket up. Your ticket to college. Your ticket to a better life. She heard those words 20 times a day from her father. Pick one sport. You're spreading yourself too thin. It's your ticket to the Olympic team. Go, go, go. I'm 12, Dad. And isn't this supposed to be fun? I don't want a ticket. If I ever hear the word again, I'm going to scream. Maybe, if she'd had the guts to say that, she might have avoided that fateful morning when she couldn't get out of bed because her arms and legs wouldn't move. Carla Swan, who could twist herself into a graceful pretzel on the uneven bars, could barely walk into the emergency room, and yet there was nothing physically wrong with her. Burnout, classic burnout, the doctor had said, and that had led to a ticket even her father hadn't anticipated, the one to Guam that included a berth on the Phoenix with a bunch of spoiled rich kids. Well, okay, they weren't really rich, just richer than her, which wasn't hard to be, except for that hotshot from California. He was loaded. He had a pair of sunglasses that would probably sell for more than her dad's car. Come to think of it, where was JJ? And then a voice yelled, Aloha! A voice from above. There was JJ, high up in the mainsail rigging. Captain Cascaden saw him too. Crewman, get down from there this instant. JJ waved. Sorry, Captain, can't hear you. Mr. Radford, roared the captain, I need you on deck. The mate was asleep in his berth after taking last night's watch, but the captain's strident voice brought him up the companionway in a matter of seconds. He took in the scene in an instant. Don't even think about it, he barked furiously. Too late. With a cry of Geronimo! JJ grabbed onto a loose rope and swung himself off the main mast, clear past the deck and out over the open sea. There he let go and dropped like a stone into the water. It seemed like a long time, a breathless time, before JJ surfaced again, howling in triumph. The celebration was short lived. Cursing with rage, Mr. Radford took a running leap off the side of the boat and hit the water swimming. His form was crude and untrained, but Carla had never seen anybody move that fast in the water. He scooped JJ up Red Cross style, towed him back to the swim ladder, and hauled him, still protesting, on board. "You miserable little muckworm! Do you know what mutiny is?" JJ blinked innocently. "Wasn't that a classic movie from way back when you were, still old?" Now Radford was screaming. "Listen, Richie Rich! When we left Guam, we left the United States. In international waters, the captain is God, and I'm assistant God. When we say come down, down is where you come." He turned his fury on the three still in the water. "Okay, swimming's over. You've got your friend Richie Rich to thank for that." Carla watched in sympathy as Luke, Will, and Lissa scrambled nervously up the swim ladder. Captain Cascaden was a nice man, she reflected, but he didn't seem to notice that his mate was more than just a gruff sailor. Mr. Radford didn't like people, especially kids, and his bullying seemed to increase with their distance from land. She swallowed hard. They were going a lot further than this.